Hello, my Catherine's Garden and Home family and friends. I just wanted to come in and wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, my gardening friends. And welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. My name is Catherine, and it is so good to be here with you today. I hope that you are finding yourself in a very positive and happy space. And I know that that could be difficult because some of you are going to visit your family, and you're going to be with some of those relatives that you may not really care for. However, let this be a different season in which we all have a little more compassion, a little bit more love, a little bit more kindness and understanding, and a little more mercy. Mhm. Yes, because love is enduring, and that's what we want to do, is to demonstrate love to our friends and family, and even to those that even seem unlovable of our relations. But well, this is the time to just listen, but don't hear. I don't know if you heard of that. You can listen and don't hear, right? Give them good morning. Black's Tropical Homestead, how are you, Cherie? Good to have you with us. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Yeah, I missed yesterday. It was such a hectic time and so many things happened, and I feel so bad about it. I said I at least have to come on Thanksgiving Day and say something to my gardening community. I am so thankful to you all. And I looked, Cherie, I have another channel which is on YouTube as well. That's more of a spiritual channel. And I started that one first, and I started doing gardening on that channel. And now my gardening channel, though, has caught up with my other channel, that now I have the same amount of subscribers. And I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing, because this channel, Catherine's Garden and Home, I started like 2 years ago, and now it is flourishing, and you all have been just so good and supporting to me here at Catherine's Garden and Home LWS, and I see myself evolving, and I just want to say thank you to my gardening friends. Thank you for coming on and being part of the chat and part of the clicking, going on and watching my videos, and giving me inspiration, and all of the laughter and joy that we have on Wednesdays. I missed it Wednesdays, but yesterday, but an event happened that I had to take care of, a family concern that I had to take care of. So nothing would have stopped me from coming on, but it had to be family related. And I always say family first, right? So I'm telling you all that too. Family first. It doesn't matter what you're doing, who you're with, or whatever. If your family needs you, especially your immediate family, your husband, your children, your grandchildren, for some of us, yes, remember family first. Take care of your spouse. Take care of those people that are in your house. House first. Yeah, and what did Cherie say? Oh, many blessings to you, soul sister. It's an awesome community here. I'm thankful for you all. Yes, and I find that we are an awesome community. There are some that I started with. When I started out here, they started too, and we've all come together and supported one another's channel. So it is a good thing. And then to see other people coming on as well. And one thing I always say is that there's room for everyone. There is room for everyone on YouTube, on all of the different channels. This is a way that every single one of us can be blessed. And the more that we subscribe into, support one another with watching the videos, watching the ads, buying the merch, passing the seeds, doing whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. I'm still learning on how to, share seeds and all of that. Because my whole emphasis here at Catherine's Garden and Home was more on the flowers. That's how I began, because my garden was very shady, and it was hard for me to grow vegetables, a lot of vegetables. But now that I have removed a lot of the trees in the yard and in the space, that now I have more sun. And of course, with sun comes productivity as far as vegetables are concerned. So I just really am enjoying this whole idea of growing my food and the edibles and so forth, and just seeing my garden evolve. This year, you all, my gardening people, you inspired me to create an herbal tea garden area. And that was fantastic. I mean, that area before did have herbs. It had peppermint growing wild and some lemon balm growing there. But because of you all being there with me during those cold days and months of January and February and March, when I was, just trying to, actually started with December, February, December, January, February, and then waiting for the Dollar Tree to bring those seeds, and just kept gathering my catalogs and all of that, and then dreaming about creating an herbal tea garden. It just brought such joy to the season, to the whole thing. So I have to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then now at the end of the year, because of that wonderful experience and even our conversations on Wednesday, it spurned and helped me to create my journal. And it's hot off the press, A Garden to Call My Own, the Intentional Garden Journal for 2022. And I am definitely going to be using it, because what I found was that a lot of the notes and papers that I had, and the designs of the garden, they're all over the place. They're scattered. And I even had cut out pictures when I was putting together the herbal tea garden. And those pictures are just all over the place. Whereas having the garden journal, what that's going to help me do is to know that this is special for this new year coming up. And then I can put and tuck the pictures in here and the things that mean the most to me. And then I can also put my notes down in the journal and know that it's all together. And it's because of you all. And then remember, Cherie, when we were talking about the different kinds of garden, and I asked you all, well, what kind of gardens do you all want to have? And the whole idea of the intentional garden, and an intention garden is what they called it. But I called it the intentional garden here. So I just want to say thank you to you all, because without us talking and discussing and having this, I would never have thought to create a journal, a gardening journal, and especially for beginners who want to think about what they want, and they want their garden to be their own. And as I wrote in the back, your dream garden can be yours. Build it any way you wish. Let your imagination create that secret getaway. Dream big and awaken your inner designer in the Intentional Garden Journal. And that's how I feel too. But even so, hello, Simple Garden Flores. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Yeah, and so I'm just thankful about that. And then the whole idea of vegetable gardening now. My pumpkin, I just made a pumpkin pie with fresh pumpkin, which tastes so different from the store-bought pumpkin, and also from the pumpkin, that you may get in a can. And to know that I'm able to have fresh pumpkin pie from the pumpkins that I grew in my garden, it's just an exciting thing. And so the whole idea of from garden to table, today, Thanksgiving Day, really amplifies that. It amplifies it, right? Why we garden? because now we could take our dishes to our loved ones and say, no, this collard greens came from my house. This sweet potato pie came from my garden, from the sweet potatoes that I planted in my garden, right? And all of that, the foods and the smells, and it's just going to taste better, taste richer. And then even if you go to the farmer's market, it makes you aware, at least I've become aware of fresh produce from our area and local gardeners. The reason why I'm saying this is because I went to the farmer's market last year and met one of the farms. There are local farms even in the city, and I live in the city of Boston. And even within Boston, there are people who are homesteading or developing their farms here. And when you buy from them, what happens is that you're supporting their work. Plus, the food is fresher. And in my conversation with the vendor, he was telling me that here in Boston, that we're the last stop with the food because of the train, the train, the train tracks, the train, uh, traveling from California to Boston, and like Boston is the last stop, and then they start to truck things out. So a lot of those foods that we usually get during the winter time, like our tomatoes, things that are not in season, they're traveling a distance, and then they end up picking them young. They're not ripe, so they're picking them undeveloped, and so you're not getting the full nutrition. You're getting like the leftovers. Whereas if you grow your own food and then harvest it and freeze it or can it, or what are some of the other things you all do? Dry it, that you can eat it fresh. It's much more fresher than the food that's been sitting at the docks there in California or some of those other places before it gets to us here in Boston. And then if Boston is the last stop, I'm like, oh my goodness. No wonder the food doesn't taste as tasty and rich and good. And so we need to support our local farmers, but also support one another and go and learn how to grow your own food. How is it for you all? I know that Cherie, you're in the South, right? And I don't know where you are located. Tell me where you're from. Simple Garden Flores. Where are you located? Where in the country are you located? And some of you have a longer growing season than I do. So for me, planting the garden, enjoying the garden is a wonderful thing. And yes, I can get a greenhouse. Washington State. Yeah. So you understand what I'm talking about, right? What is your first name? Simple Garden Flores. What's your first name? Thank you for coming on and joining me here from Washington State. I am just so amazed with YouTube how all the way across the country. Isabella. Oh, what a beautiful name. Isabella. I love your name. Oh, no wonder you call yourself the Flores. You love flowers, huh? Isabella. Floral of Flores. Yes, Isabella, you must love flowers, huh? Yes, you do. I know. Do you plant vegetables in your garden as well? And are you into gardening with vegetables? Well, with me, I have what I call an urban English style cottage garden where I put everything together, the flowers as well as the vegetables all growing up with one another. Mine's kind of wild garden. I call it my naturalistic garden because, it's a lot of space to cover, and it's it's good. You know, I still have some parts of the garden that are highly shaded. So it's good to be able to grow those vegetables and things that can handle some of the shade in my garden. Um, but I like the vegetables. I am going to really vegetables this year. Yes, yes. Do plant vegetables. That's why one of the reasons why I propped up my pumpkin. Now this pumpkin is from my garden, and I love how it just veins through the vine of the pumpkin. Just vine just travels through, and right at the time when some of the other leaves and so forth are looking kind of withering, the pumpkin leaves are just big and beautiful, and they have like that kind of tropical feel, like our sister. I don't know if you know Cherie from Blacks. Let's see. Let me make sure I get her name straight here. Of her Blacks Tropical Homestead. She has some beautiful tropical plants. She showed some bananas and things that she has, and Isabel is just so beautiful. And so the pumpkin leaves kind of gives that feel of lushness and adds that to the garden. And the other thing is that I love kale, and I love the kale plant, the structure of it, and I've learned and grown to love kale. Yeah, I love it sauteed with butter and salt and pepper, and I found that it tastes good. I was drinking it raw with my NutriBullet. I would put it in smoothies, and it was a little rough. But sauteing it and cooking it has made it such a tasty thing. And then I just cleaned it. I don't know if you watched my last video that I did on the cleanup, and then looking at the kale. It's just so beautiful. And to know that if I wanted some fresh greens, I can go out even now and pick some kale, because it's a cold weather kind of crop. And all of that is information that you will gain and gather. What plants grow well for what season. And next year, I think, try to grow. Yes, I know you will try to grow vegetables. I understood what you were saying, Isabel. But for our region, that's where the fall garden comes in. And so like the brassicas, the leafy greens, like kale and spinach and so forth, they grow good at this time, even though it's a little cold. And I know that I can have it. If I really wanted to, I could go out, pick myself some kale, and eat some fresh vegetables. But gardening is a good thing, and I think now that we really need to have that. Plus, it's good for the mind. It's good for our thoughts. It's good for our attitude. It's just good for us. Yeah. And if you haven't been to Cherie's channel, go to her channel. She has a really good, a lot of good plants too. Some beautiful fruit trees and things like that. They're passion fruit, and but she's in Georgia. She's in a warm climate. But it's good to add or think about adding some tropicals, even as annuals, into our gardens. I think it will make it exciting. And the more, because I added caladiums to my garden and also cannas, and I had to dig them up. Well, the cannas are doing well, but the caladiums balls I'm going to have to get fresh each year. But it's just exciting to add different things to the garden. Well, hello to those who've joined me. Thank you so much. And I really want to wish you all a happy, happy Thanksgiving. I'm sorry that I missed you all yesterday. You know, I love being with you all because you make me laugh. you, Isabel, we meet usually on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. for my lives. And my people, my garden friends come on and they crack me up. We have a good time laughing. I usually leave so happy and full of joy. And I missed it yesterday because of a certain situation. A family situation came up that I had to deal with. So family first. That's what I say. Family first, people. Family first. And, so I had to deal with that. But you all are my family too. So I'm giving you this time. My family, friends, Catherine's Garden and Home Family and Friends. You all have been so good to me. And I have to say thank you, especially because I've grown, the channel has grown. And also, I thank you for watching and clicking and commenting and giving me super chats and just blessing me with your time. I'm just so grateful. And I also want to say that there is room for everyone, that we all need to continue to support one another, that there's room for everyone in this gardening community, gardening world. If you think about it, there are billions of people in the world. And if everybody, if you found your tribe, found your people, found your community, and they all supported you and you supported them, we could all, do very well on YouTube. So don't be afraid to subscribe to one another. Yeah, don't be afraid to subscribe and to click. And even if you can't watch it all, watch the, you know, just watch the just click it and hit the and watch the ads, the first beginning part of it, or go back to it. Everyone needs that support, and especially with the way things are going now, that we all need to support one another, develop supporting communities. And I love how in this community, people have been supporting by sharing seeds. Now, I haven't really gotten into the seed swapping, but I'm going to start to do that. I did send out some seeds to those who shared their pictures to Sonia. Sonia sent her address, and I was able to send out some patty pan seeds to her. But doing that is such a good thing, and finding ways that you connect and feel comfortable connecting. Because some people don't feel comfortable sharing their address, but they don't mind sharing their email. Yeah, so that's one way that we can share the pictures and the love. And 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 that helps us all to grow, because when we give, it is given back to us. That's a biblical principle. Give and it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Yes, so we want to be givers, and I find that this community has that giving mentality, which is good. So each and every one of us can be blessed. Each and every one of us can prosper in this. I really love to see how the homesteaders, how that has just really increased. If you follow like Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm, I watched her, and Justin Rhodes, I watched his channel, and just see how that community comes together and how they've been supporting one another, and how they've been teaching each other how to work on YouTube and how to document their lives. And it's amazing how that homesteading community has really expanded and grown. So we too can do that as sisters and brothers, um, to associate and to support one another. The smaller channels, like ours, like yours and mine, coming together, those who are just starting off, we can support one another and grow together. And it's a beautiful thing. Um, we can support each other with supporting with the merchandise, and with I know that some of you will have the seed swaps, as I said, with some of these other things, and we can grow together. So let's look forward to that, to grow and to give. And the more you give, the more you will receive. If we have that mentality of attitude of gratitude and thanksgiving, where we give liberally, that we will receive back liberally as well. Hallelujah. Well, it's like a cycle, It's like nature does that for us. Nature gives us. I just opened up my this pumpkin. I actually have it right here, and I have all of these pumpkin seeds. I have all these pumpkin seeds from the pumpkin. There was I had another pumpkin this size, a small pumpkin, and I made pumpkin pie with it. And I gained all of these seeds. Before, I would have thrown away the seeds, but then I dried the seeds and I said, oh my goodness, each one of these seeds equals a plant, is a possible plant that can create or develop at least 3 or 4 of these pumpkins on each of the plants, depending on where you know, the location and so forth. And it's like the power of the seed. It's amazing. So if we are generous like nature, we too can grow and produce and have more than enough, an abundance. And I think that's the theme of what I'm talking about today here. The idea of abundance, that this is the season of abundance, and we don't have to experience any lack. None of us, those of us who come together in this gardening community, there should be no lack amongst us. Lack of food, lack of comfort, lack of friends. Maybe an unusual question, but what is a homestead? No, a homesteader is though it's not an unusual question because it's been a phenomenon that has just recently happened. What it is the people, they go and they buy land. They, I can give an example of them buying land. They buy land and they decide to grow their own food, and they're trying to grow as much food as possible. So they may have chickens, and they may have a cow, they may have some goats. Some people just have chickens and they grow their food. They're self-sustainable. They grow their own food, and they're trying to grow at least a good, you know, 70-80% of their own food. And then also they have a lot of land. Yeah. And they, you know, they're self-sustaining. Some people are doing this because they're afraid of what may happen, that the grid may go down and all of this other stuff. But some people just want a more, they want to eat better. They want fresh air. They want their children to grow up, you know, with family values. A lot of homesteaders are homeschool their children, um, and they just set up. They're like farmers, but they call themselves homesteaders because they have a plot of land. Some of them have like a good 2 to 3, 4, maybe more acres, 20 acres or so, and so forth, and that they're farming the land. And it's like back to nature, and they're finding ways to sustain it. And they're big into herbs and herbal gardening, natural remedies, and things like that. But you know, there are people who have urban farms going on as well, and that whole idea of sustainability, being self-sufficient, and not depending totally on, um, you know, like the supermarket for their food, for fresh foods. And then in the city, they have urban homesteads or urban farms where there are, they call it desert lands, desert spots in which there are, when you go to this, there's not a lot of supermarkets or grocery stores where fresh fruit and produce are. So they start community gardens and things like that. Yeah, so it is important for us to eat well, and if you do have land, to cultivate it and use it and plant flowers, because I love flowers. I love my flowers. Love flowers because you're feeding with the flowers. You're feeding your mind, your emotions. You're giving yourself a happy space, like what I was talking about in my book. Having creating a happy environment where you can be where you can emotionally rest. You know, but also with that, you also want to create and have foods. You know, you want to eat right. A lot of our people within the African American community, Black community, they suffer from diabetes and high blood pressure and heart attack and strokes and things like that. And it's because of the nutritional intake that we need to eat more green and leafy vegetables, eating from the earth and eating fresh. So the more fresh we eat, the better for us, eating fresh foods. And that's what the homesteaders want to do. I know you didn't ask for all of that, but yes, that's true. I have a lot of houseplants around the house, and it is relaxing to see every day. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Cassie. Cassie G, hello. Say hello to Isabel. She's from Simple Garden Flores. And also Cherie from Black. She has a homestead. Hers is a homestead. Black's Tropical Homestead. And Black's Tropical Homestead, she has like ducks. Some people have rabbits and ducks and ponds and fish and all kinds of other stuff in their homestead. But the whole idea is to feed yourselves naturally. Good morning, everyone. Cassie, thank you for coming and joining me here. And welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to have to say goodbye to you all soon. I didn't really charge my battery for my phone that much. So it is giving me the second warning that I'm going to be running out of battery live. But thank you so much for coming on and joining me for this time. Happy Thanksgiving. Continue to grow and continue to be a part of my community. I want to just say thank you. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, but also visit one another's channels and subscribe and allow many more people to get to hit that 1,000 mark and those hours so that they can enjoy the bounty of the finances and the opportunities too. Yeah. I did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because what that is going to do is open up opportunity for all of us to flourish. Even in the midst of all of this that's happening on, you can flourish. And it's because this gardening community, we are givers. Give and it will be given back to you as you continue to grow things and join with one another and experience the richness of community. Yeah, so don't be afraid. There's room for everyone here. Room for everyone. And don't be afraid to share your garden, to share your work, what you're doing and what you're learning. I had on my, because of you all, I don't have it with me here. Oh yeah, there it is. Because of my you all, my gardening community friends, I gained the courage to create a website. I gained the courage to create my own gardening journal that I can put out there for you all and for me, especially for beginning gardeners, so that we can start to plan and be more intentional in growing our food, be more intentional in gardening and creating that atmosphere that we want. And it's through you all, our talking together, our Wednesday lives that we have at 5:30. I missed yesterday's because of family, but we've been meeting, and it's been such a joy. You all make me happy. You don't know how joyful I feel to be with you all, and that we're a community, and you make me laugh. It's just so much fun. I have to say thank you. One second. I just wanted to show you that those of you who sent your pictures of your gardens, and we've been doing that. That's something that we just started. I want to say thank you for sending them. And I know that there's others that have others of you have seed swaps and so forth. That is just such a beautiful thing. I'm trying to get, I'm trying to bring up my channel. Okay, so you all, you, my beautiful people, you helped me to design. It's because of you all. I designed my website, Catherine's Garden and Home, LWS. And it's, if you want to visit my website to learn a little bit more about me, you can go to Catherine's Garden Home, LWS. We believe that's WEEBLY.com. Or if you go to the banner header of my channel and click, it will take you directly here. And here you will see that I put together, because of you all, I've been sharing your pictures of your gardens. Yeah, and we talked about that. And then Rambo, one of the Rambo, who is one of my gardening friends from the UK, he said a quote that was so powerful. And I said, Rambo, you got to send it to me. And he did. And it says, we all need to go back to the roots of the world and take care of the roots so we can become even stronger as the world is changing to create a beautiful world for all of us. And that's a quote from Rambo. So I put it on my website. And then I share with you, yeah, I've shared with you some of the pictures. And then my gardening journal, if you're interested in gardening with me, you can go to the website and it will give you a direct link, a click to Amazon. You'll be able to purchase the journal. And then, of course, our lives, our gardening lives, every Wednesday at 5:30, God willing. Wednesday, I had a problem, a family issue. So, I've tried to be as consistent as possible and to be there at 5:30 or sometimes before, sometimes I'm after, but around 5:30. And you guys have really helped me to even do that. I have to say thank you. And then if you want to contact me, I have a contact page now. So now, if you wanted to email me or talk to me or email me any information, you can come to my email page here, contact me, and put in your information there, and I'll be able to email you back. So that's how that's how my channel has grown, and as I said before, this is my second, heading on to my second year, I think, with this Catherine's Garden and Home, and when I look back and see how I've grown, it's just been great. Now that the gardens are dormant, nothing beautiful to send. No, that's okay. If you had past pictures and you wanted to send, that's fine. But even now, that's why even now, as you said, now that the gardens are dormant, now's the time to start dreaming and planning. What do you want your garden to look like? To be highly intentional about the garden. Hello! Happy Thanksgiving. Now I'm trying to think of how to pronounce your name. Wuji? Wuji? Sometime summertime. Yes, yes. Is it Wuji? Huga. Huga, yes. Okay, thank you. Huga Homestead. Huga, how are you? Thank you for your patience with me. I hope all is well with you. So good to have you here. Um, I'm kind of winding down, but thank you so much for coming in. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. You know I love to sing, right? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. What is your website again? My website means happy, cozy, beautiful home. Oh, Huga. How that's beautiful. My website is Catherine's. Oops. Let me see. I want to get it to you because it's new to me as well. Oh Lordy. I want to make sure I get it right. All right. So it is Catherine's Garden Home LWS, weebly.com. Instead of put the and in it, it doesn't. It's Catherine's, that's CATHERINES, Garden Home LWS .weebly, that's WEEBLY.com. Let me see if it will show up. I'll have to write it on a piece of paper, yeah. And what did you say? Huga means happy, cozy, peaceful home. If you Google Hybrid G, you will find lots on the Huga, Huga concept. If you Google Huga, you will find lots on the Huga concept. Yeah. Oh, could you tell a little bit about Homestead? What does a homestead mean to you? Because one of the young ladies, Isabel, was asking about. I love how you have a pretty background in your lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's part of who I am. That's why I call it Catherine's Garden and Home. And I have my pumpkins that I grew. I'm thankful for it. I had myself a pumpkin pie, and I grew for the first time this year these little pumpkins. These are winter squash from Burpee. And also I have, I wanted to share this beautiful, because it's Taste of Home Celebrations cookbook. And for fall, this is what the table spread looks like. So I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to my house. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. One sec, let me get a battery because I know that this is about to go. Let me plug this in so that I can talk to you a little longer. But I'm not going to keep you forever because you know we're all trying to get our Thanksgiving Day gatherings together. Let me see if I can get this set up. Sorry about this. I just don't want it to pop off with. Okay, there we go. What did you say? My homestead has a house, land, family, gardens, animals, dogs, chickens, rabbits. Everyone's homestead is different. Yeah. She was asking. I was sharing about the fact that the homesteaders have come together and they really have a great community. I was sharing that with Isabel, and because I'm a city dweller and I'm in the Northeast, and she is in Washington State. That I don't know if Isabel's in the city. I don't want to assume that, but that homesteading is a little different from just farming or just having your own garden, but that actually it's about being self-sustainable, right? And creating your own food, growing your own food, and being independent in a sense, so that you're not depending on the supermarket. And a lot of homesteads are some are larger than others. Some have 2 acres, some have a lot of acres, like 50, 60 acres, who knows, around that amount. And they grow animals, chicken and pigs. Some people have chicken, pigs, ducks, and different, and they have their own birds, and they raise their own food as well as grow their own food to be self-sustainable. Yeah. So, but we here in the city, we can also grow our own food. So what I've done is I've grown pumpkins, I've grown squash. Homestead is where you are safe, comfortable, and provide for your family. However, um, that works for you. Don't have to have a farm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like to have me two chickens. Yeah, yeah. Well, if where you live they allow you to have chickens, you can go ahead and do that. Put it together. There's some of the sisters that come on my channel here, like Angela's Busy Bee Homestead. She started gardening when I did too here on YouTube, and she has really grown. Her channel is fantastic because she's shown you how to have a homestead in a suburban area, and also Sandria of an empty nest. No, what is Sandria's name? She also has a really beautiful channel too, and she has chickens. She showed us how she went about. I'm trying to grow kale now in my backyard, but I think I want to. I waited too late in the season to have planted them. Yeah, yeah. So, Cassie, what region of the country are you in? Are you in the Northeast or the um, what state are you in? Because your region, your zone also will determine a lot for you as well. What you can grow and when you can grow it. Southeast, southeast. Okay, what zone? What zone? Zone 677. Happy Thanksgiving, Miss Catherine. Woo! Louisiana. Well, you can grow a lot of stuff, girl, in Louisiana. We have people here from Louisiana who grow a lot of stuff, a lot of vegetables and things. Happy Thanksgiving, Miss Catherine. G Mama Gross, how you doing? How are you? Thank you for popping in. Yeah, Louisiana is they have you have a warm climate down there, and that you have a longer growing season than I do up here in the Northeast. So you'll be able to grow a lot of what they call cold weather crops. And also, don't be afraid to grow things in containers as well. Zone 9A, girl, you could grow a whole lot of stuff in 9A. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, you're in a good position. You good? That's good. You could grow a whole lot in 9A. Oh, I'm in zone 6, and my growing is limited. I'm sorry, I'm using my finger here to. Huga, Huga, what zone are you in? Homesteaders are a welcoming, accepting, sharing, helpful group. They sure are. Who's that? Rambo? Rambo, I was talking about that, about you. Rambo, hello, happy Thanksgiving. I was talking about you, Rambo. 6A, you're in 6A. Oh, so you're in the zone like myself. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I found that yes, homesteaders have a good attitude. They have a good spiritual foundation. Simply Garden Flores says hello. Hello, Rambo Green Hands. Yes. Rambo, put your I put your quote up. I don't know if you saw it. I put it up in the chat, in the website, excuse me. Remember the website? I put you're on the website. I just didn't put your I need to put a a link to your channel. Do you want me to put a link to your channel? But you're right there in the quotes. Right? You're my first quotes from my gardening friend. We all need to go back to the roots of the world and take care of the roots so we can become even stronger as the world is changing to create a beautiful world for all of us by Raymond F. Now, I didn't know, I put down your quote there, and I will add the link today because I'll have time today. Yesterday, I apologize. I missed our Wednesday lives. There's so much going on, family issues. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And so I didn't get a chance to do a lot of things that I wanted to get done. Yeah, thanks, Miss Catherine. Yes, I visited your channel. Yeah, I got to see what you look like. That is fine. That's good. Yeah, I visited your channel. I saw you planting something. What was it? Oh, thyme. You were planting thyme in herbal thyme in your garden. Yes, in your allotment, I think. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Got to get back to cooking. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the information. Hugas, yeah, much love. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the information. Thank you for sharing that information about a homestead in the homesteading community. G Mama, hello. Yes, G Mama. So I was saying I couldn't have you all over for dinner, but I decided to pull out my cookbook. Look at that. That's the Thanksgiving spread. You all can share with me the picture of Thanksgiving, and it's from my book here. Celebrations Cookbook, Taste of Home. And they give you a beautiful look at a Thanksgiving spread. Isn't that nice? So if you want to, you can bake it. If you don't know what to do, there's your turkey right there. Look at this with the pumpkin. I could cut out the pumpkin and put the vegetables in there. That's where the stuffing is. For some reason, I can't find the website. Could you drop the link, Miss Catherine? Yes, I'll put it in the description when we're finished. Oh, actually, maybe I could do that now. But yeah, so this is I wanted to share with you all yesterday. That is beautiful, Miss Catherine. Yes, the traditional turkey dinner. I wanted to share the cookbook, but as I said, stuff happened. We live. And also, there are different recipes of things you could do with your pumpkin, like pumpkin shortbread dessert and maple glazed carrots, turkey with apple stuffings. So for those of us who are growing all of these vegetables and you don't know what else to do if you want something exciting, we've been talking about cooking, right? A Thanksgiving gala with goose. So those of you who have those illustrations make me want to cook it. Yes, yes, that's the idea. And then cranberry fruit mold. Look at that. Cranberry fruit mold. You know, at my church they had a farmer's market and they were giving away fresh cranberry. Yeah, they were giving away fresh cranberry. So I think I'm gonna have to make myself some kind of cranberry mold or some kind of cranberry dish. And they show the table, setting the table, and all of that. Tasty baked apples. Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you all this. Let me see if I can put this in this for you. But yeah, the website is there, and I also was sharing the book, the Intentional Gardener book that I put together for you, A Garden to Call My Own, the Intentional Garden Journal for 2022. And you can pick up a copy. It's hot off the press. It's actually here. I have it. It's tangible. It's in my hand. And I was thanking everybody. Remember when we talked about the intentional garden, Rambo? We talked about that in our lives. and how you all have helped me to grow as a YouTuber, because now I have the website, and I also have the website, and let's see. I have the website, and I have, oh, one sec. I have a book, a journal that you all helped me to create. I have to say thank you. Catherine's Garden and Home. Yes. So it's Catherine's Garden Home LWS. Let me go to the, I'm going to go into the, oops. I'm going into it, and I'm going to go to the live. And I'm going to, oops. I'm gonna type it in for you. Let's see if I can do this. No. Weebly.com. All right, I'm sending it to you. I'm amazing. Thank you. Let me see if I can send it. It should come up now. Do you see it? Here it is. Catherine's Garden Home, LWS Weebly.com. Yeah. So that should take you to it. Or you could go to my banner channel. If you click on my icon, it'll take you to my banner channel. And there, right at the corner, let me see. You see the banner channel right at the corner? Up here, right here, if you click on that, that will take you directly to the website, right? Catherine's Garden Home website. It'll take you directly to the website. So that's another way that you can get there. All right, well, I'm not going to keep you all much longer. Thank you. Casey, you went and visited it? Thank you so much. Yeah, I just, all it takes is a little inspiration. And each one of you all can start your own website. That was free. That's a free website from Weebly, Weebly. And you could start your own website. And you can link it and direct it to your channel. And you all have really inspired me, I have to say. I am so blessed. This community has stretched me. And even like sending, the whole idea of seed sending and so forth, I have to get into that. And next year, I plan on sending out some of my fig tree cuttings and things, as we go along, because I know you all loved the figs, so I haven't forgotten about that too as well. But this is a way that we can grow. And as I was saying, Rambo, there's room for everyone. And if everyone just supports one another, but that by subscribing. Don't be afraid to subscribe to other people and to hit the notification bell and visit them and help them with their hours and their timing so that everyone can get in on this wealth. There's wealth in this community. And I was using the homesteaders as an example of that because we can see how Justin Rhodes, Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm, some of the others, they've just come together and they've supported one another, that they got so large that now they have their homesteading conference that they put together, and everybody's able to share information, and they're all creating their own communities of wealth. And so we can do that too by subscribing to one another, by supporting one another, by clicking, by watching. Even if you can't watch all of the video, watch the ads, and then watch some of the time too, so that you can bless one another. And so, because this is a way of giving. Give, and it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaking together, and running over. Give, 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 give. Find ways that you can give. And whatever you have to give will be accepted. Some of us have time. Some of us have talents. Some of us have treasures, that's money, or resources, opportunity, ideas. When we have a giving and a generous sense, then things come to us. As I said, I gave what I could with the garden, showing my gardening videos, and then I decided to give of my time on the Wednesday lives. And from that, I've gained so much back. I have now, because of you, my gardening friends, I have my own gardening journal that I can share with you, that I was able to create, the Intentional Garden Journal. And we had a conversation about intentional gardens. What are the trends for 2022? Remember, Rambo? We talked about the trends for 2022, and we talked about the intentional garden, and we had a whole lot of laughs. It was so funny because a lot of the things that they were talking about as the intentional garden, we have already started that in our own gardens. And so I said, well, let me put something together for all of us and be even more intentional. They called it intention garden, but I add the O, intentional garden, because I want to be intentional, and to know exactly what I want to add, how do I want to design it. And then earlier in the year, I designed, in January of last year, I designed an herbal tea garden. If you go back and you watch some of my old videos, you will know and see me planning and plotting and designing my old tea gardens. Well, I put all of the information together, but I lost some of it because, it's on a piece of paper and coloring. But here, if I put it in the journal and write out my notes and color and, think about it and so forth, then I have it all in one place. It's in one space. And I know that these were my thoughts for 2022. And then each year, add on to it. Each year, look at how my garden is evolving and changing through the garden journals. Yeah, so I am grateful to you all. I'm thankful. And I'm excited for what's going to be happening for all of us in the gardening community for next year. And I say happy Thanksgiving to you. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving, I wish you a safe and happy holidays for all of you who are experiencing different holidays. Some people who are experiencing, yes. My yard stays muddy during the spring and summer. I can't have a pretty garden like I want to. That's a nice, oh wait, what's this? G Mama says that's a nice journal to keep up with the garden. Thank you, G Mama. Thank you. G Mama Grows. Yeah, well, container gardening. I know a lot of people who do container gardening. Like, as I said, Angela Busy Bee Homestead, she has a lot of container gardens. Her gardening she has raised beds and container gardening. So you can, there are ways to get around it, even in Louisiana. And also in Louisiana, I don't know if you know of her, but the Louisiana Gardener, our friend there, Miss Linda, she is great. Happy Thanksgiving. And hey, Sonia, I'm glad I hung around. How are you, Sonia? There are many gardeners who are gardening, who you can watch. I recommend the Louisiana Gardener, Miss Linda. She is in Louisiana, so she has your kind of gardening, the conditions. And then there's the other one, the Grow Family Network. Grow Family Network, I believe they're in Louisiana as well. And he has the same kind of conditions as you, too. And a lot of them grow their gardens by having raised garden beds. So that way they can avoid the garden getting muddy and so forth, and then it can drain through. But they grow a lot of food, so I recommend for you Miss Linda, Louisiana Gardener, and also uh, Grow Family Network. Sorry, Miss Catherine, I'm just on a call. Okay, no wonder, no worries, no worries, no worries. That's fine, because I'm going to end soon. The New Orleans gardener is Miss Linda. Yes, yes. So I recommend her. This G Mama, G Mama Grows. That's for Isabel. Isabel is the, or is it Casey? No, Casey. Casey is in Louisiana. I think she's in Louisiana. My yard stays muddy. Is it Casey? Yeah, Casey's in Louisiana. She says, my yard stays muddy during the spring and summer. I can't have a pretty garden like I want to. But yes, you can. Where there's a will and a way. I say yes, 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 you can. You can have raised beds. That's a way that you can have garden, and also container gardening. I learned a lot about container gardening from Miss Linda. I used to do all of my planting in the ground, but watching her, she would plant things and have a beautiful garden with containers. And there are other gardeners too that plant beautiful flowers and have floral arrangements with container gardening. So there is a way for you to have a beautiful garden. Don't give up, Casey. It is possible. It is possible. And also, as I said, Grow Family Network. They also have, they're in Louisiana, and they've created raised beds as well. So there are other people with the same kind of conditions that you have in their gardens. And you'll be able to have a beautiful garden too. Yes. What did you say? Sorry, Miss. Okay, the New Orleans garden is Miss Linda. The Grow Family Network has muddy land and talks about it all the time. Yeah, so check out those two people, the Grow Family Network. You're gonna love them. They're both beautiful people, beautiful channels, and you'll be able to grow a whole lot of things. Yeah, yeah. So that's it, Sonia. I hope all is well. Sonia, did you get my book? Did you get your seeds? Did you get your seeds, Sonia, and the book? Yeah, I hope you got that. They said that they were supposed to send it on Monday, but by Monday. But I hope that it reached. So I hope that it has reached you for the Thanksgiving. And I wanted just to remind you of all that good stuff that you were growing. That you want to change it. Yeah, what did you say? No seeds. I got your book. The seeds are inside it's in a plastic container inside the book. If you open up the book and shake it out, I put it in a small little plastic container. The seeds should be in there. If not, I'm going to have to resend them again to you. But I know I put it in there. Hopefully I didn't put it in the wrong. I was packaging someone else. You bought my book? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But I sent the book. I sent you a book, and I also sent the seeds. Yeah, so maybe it will come later on. Did you get the package? I mailed it out to you. Did you get the package? Yeah. But anyway, don't be afraid to take out your, you haven't received it yet. Okay, it's coming. And thank you for buying the book. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, and what did you say? That's smart. Haven't received. What is smart? Thanks for the information, Miss Catherine. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you like that. Okay, listen. Um, Take out, don't be afraid. I'm going to end on this note. Don't be afraid to take out your books. My secretary, where I worked, she bought me this book. Now, I didn't have time for cooking, and I didn't have time for gardening. I didn't have time for any of these things. But then I got time. And so now I am enjoying the process, putting the seeds inside the book. It's smart. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, I put it in a little plastic little plastic thing, and I put it in the book. Um, so that it could ship well, you know. And then the celebration. So pull out your books, your cookbooks, and she gave me this one, and it is so beautiful. I wanted to share it with you all yesterday, but I got I had a family issue that I had to deal with. And, you know, family first, where I'm concerned, family first. And it is so beautiful. So I'm sharing dinner with you, my Sonia. Look, that's our spread. That's our Thanksgiving spread. And then in it has all kinds of recipes for sweet potato bakes, and turkey with apple stuffing, pumpkin shortbread dessert, maple glazed carrots, and then they even give you an idea of how to set up a harvest table. I got to put these books out. You know, I have quite a few cookbooks. So now that I am growing fresh food, I want to make sure that I go from, look, spicy pumpkin pie. Look at that. Wow. We've got to make sure now that we're eating our food. Citrus cranberry pie. I got to try this one. At my church, they had a farmer's market, and they had some fresh cranberries. So I got this box of fresh cranberries, and now I'm going to make myself a citrus cranberry pie with the fresh cranberries. Isn't that exciting? So, yep, pull out your cookbooks or go online. There are a lot of recipes on Pinterest and, you know, the different channels. If you go on there, you can get a lot of free recipes. Sometimes I just ask Google, give me a good pie recipe, a pumpkin pie recipe. Or when I wanted to bake an apple pie, I went on Google, and it gave me a good apple pie recipe. So, yeah, we are growing this food. We're harvesting the food, but we also want to eat the food. And Thanksgiving is a good time to eat the food and to be thankful for what we have. And so I am grateful. Yep, for all that good stuff. And I went apple picking, so I still have a few apples left back also. And I'm going to make myself an apple pie for my family. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Thank you, and I wish you a very happy, blessed, safe Thanksgiving Day. And also, if you are going to go out for the weekend with Black Friday and shopping, I wish you a safe time of shopping, that you will be safe, you know, stay prayerful, stay mindful, be helpful, bless others, give, and it will be given to you. Don't worry. Know that there's more than enough for each and every one of us as we support one another, and we will all grow together. So thank you. Thank you for coming to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Thank you so much. Casey, thank you for coming and joining us. And I hope that you've learned something. We were able to be thankful. Yeah, and Sonia, thank you so much. G Mama Gross, thank you. Let's see. Rambo, thank you. Casey. Huga had to go, but thank you, Huga. And thank you, Isabel. And Isabel is new to our garden community, Simple Garden Flores. Welcome. Thank you. I'm East Coast and you're West Coast, but we both experience similar kind of weather. Isabel, thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you. We welcome you here. And Casey, we welcome you here. Yes, at this channel, Catherine's Garden and Home. And don't be afraid to visit other channels, other people that are here. Go to their links and subscribe and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm happy to have joined your chat. Thank you, Casey. Good. Glad to be here. Thank you, Isabel. Isabel, you and I have flowers in mind, right? Yeah, and I love zinnias. So know that I'm growing a lot of flowers next year. I love roses and zinnias. I love them all, yeah. So have a great, great day and enjoy your day. And just be careful. If you come across anyone who is negative in their talking and speaking, walk away from them. You saw my tulip video? Oh, thank you, honey. Yes, I planted a lot of tulips last year. This year, I didn't plant as many tulips, but I'm still hoping that my garden will produce, that they'll come up back up from last year. But thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, and so, yeah, if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. I feel so good in my heart. And I'm glad I did this. Yay! Go and visit my website too. Yay! Come on, give yourselves a hand. Yay! We're going to have a great year, 2022. I know it, because we're all coming together to grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Love you all. Bye, Sonia. Bye.